Disclaimer: this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. To have your product reviewed, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct.
Hi, this is Raymond Stapleton with DragonBlogger.com. I hope I didn't just turn it off. Oh, no, I didn't. Good. And we're going to be talking with Randy at the Lubbock Area Ham Radio Operators Club, and we're going to be talking about the Baofeng DM-5R digital radio. And it's taken me a little while to get this review done, simply because nobody else out there had a digital radio that we could work with. And it's just taken a little bit of time to get the right frequency information and get it going. So, since I have to let Randy do the work because of the fact of the licensing requirements in the United States, I'm going to get him to kind of show me the radio, and then we're going to discuss various aspects of the system here.
Okay. This radio has what we call two different bands. It's in the VHF and the UHF band. It will talk on one at a time, or receive on one at a time. It doesn't do what we call duplex. You can't interchange between the two. Okay. So it's one or the other. You can make this thing, once you get it programmed, have channels preset in that thing. So all you have to do is punch in the channel number you want to go to, and it goes to that frequency. Okay. Or you can sit there and pre-program or manually enter the frequencies you want to go to. Okay. Okay. This thing doesn't have channel mode. It's in channel. Frequency mode. Yeah, channel mode is a good possibility. Would probably have a name of some repeater or something like that on the bottom down there. But
would you do that through software, or would you do that through the keyboard if you knew how?
If you knew how, you could do it through the keyboard. Okay. Because you can push menu there and get into it to set the squelch, the power out. You can do all that through the keyboard if I knew how to do it. But it's a whole lot easier if you got it. I think this needs up to 120 or 200 channels.
Right. This one I think is out of 128.
Yeah. So it's a whole lot easier to do it on the software and just dump it in. Okay. A whole lot easier because you have what we call offsets, where you listen on one channel and then talk on another one. Okay. For repeaters, and those are different for the UHF and the VHF radios. Okay. Channels. So, other than that, this one's got the what's called the DMR digital mode in it. And the bad thing is we don't have a lot or anybody here in Lubbock that does that yet. Right. That is a new feature coming out, a new standard, and there's not a whole bunch of equipment set up for that yet. Okay. If you're in the bigger cities where it's crowded, it's better. Okay. It'd be a whole lot better sounding. You don't have people talking on top of each other. Okay. Okay. So the digital world is nicer. Okay. Okay.
Now, in some of the research that I did, and I didn't understand any of it that I did, it mentioned that there were some channels on some frequencies that were, I think they called them family friendly or family user.
GRMS, DMSR, or something.
Can this kind of radio do those, or is it beyond? I would have to go back and
see. I think so. Okay. I think we are in that band on that thing. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I think it's down in the 136 range and stuff like that. Excuse me. And you don't have to have a license to use those. Okay.
But for the majority of the things that this radio will provide, you do have to have a license. Yes. Yes. So even if you're working construction, you need a license.
If you're going to be up into the ham bands, right? That 146, 144 to 147, 148 range. Okay. That's it. This thing can do. It's required for ham.
Okay. Okay. Anything else other than, well, like right here, we can pull this compartment off and we can hook up a not charging cable, let me get the right word, a programming cable, and we can also hook up a cable that allows us to kind of go hands-free. We can have a little earpiece put in and then speak with a microphone, much like you would do with other devices.
Right, yeah, lapel mics.
This also has, I believe, and I don't know how to operate it, but it has a flashlight on it, but I have no clue yet how that turns on.
And I do not know how that works.
Okay, well, we'll figure that one out, and then I will add that to the video. Oh, there we go.
Push the monitor button.
Okay, so the monitor button turns on the light, and it causes it to blink or turn back off.
Monitor.
Aside from ham and like the frequencies we just mentioned, is there anything else that these kind of radios can pick up? Like for non-ham users, could they use it for listening to the Weather Channel or stuff like that?
Yes, this thing goes... it starts at the 136 megahertz range up to 170, I believe, which puts you up into the business band. The weather band's in the 162.
Okay.
And it covers all, I think there's 7 of them across the nation.
Okay.
So you can program 7 of them in there.
Great.
So it will do the weather bands for you.
So if you were to say, with your experience, who would this kind of radio be more targeted towards? The ham operator, the commercial operator, or the general average human being?
This is designed to be out there for all three.
Okay.
Okay. It has the commercial bands, the 155 and up to the 160 range is made for commercial people.
Okay.
Which they have to get a license to be licensed to use that. Down the lower end is that family thing and DMR, which you don't have to have a license for.
Okay.
And then right in the middle of all that is the ham bands.
Okay.
So it's a generic radio out there.
In your opinion, is Baofeng a great company or a good company or a mediocre company?
I've only had one for about 8 or 9 months now.
Okay.
Now other members in here have had them for 4 or 5 years, and they haven't had problems with it. I think one's finally said he's got a volume knob's bad on it.
Okay.
It wore out. But I mean, for the price you pay for these things, which is what, less than $100?
Yes.
Or less?
I think this one was between the $40 and $60 range.
$60 range. For a first-time radio, for somebody who's getting into the ham radios, this is a good one.
Okay. Great. Now, I'm going to pause the video for just a moment, and then if we can go ahead and set up so that you can just transmit just to this so that I can allow the viewers to hear the audio quality, and then we'll do that. Okay, Randy is getting in position so that he can do this transmitting. We don't want to be too close, but at the same time, we can't be across the state. This right now is on 146.52s. Yeah. Whoop, I'm not hearing anything. Do I have my volume turned down?
Oh, I'm on 160. Excuse me. We don't be 160. We want 146.
Right, 146.52.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong thing.
Okay, hopefully I didn't turn the volume down. Oh, the volume was down anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
We'll just add that to the blooper reel here.
K4AJL testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Test out.
Okay, so we heard that the audio quality was very strong, very loud. I did not hear anything that I would consider to be static or distortion. So I think that overall this radio is one that anybody who is looking into getting into ham radios, or anyone who owns a construction site, security, any of those things where you need to have radio communications, or even the home user who just wants to be able to check on the weather and to even listen to FM radio. I believe it has those capabilities as well. This radio should be able to handle all of those needs. For DragonBlogger.com, this is Raymond Stapleton, wishing you a great evening and better tomorrow. Good night, folks.
Disclaimer: this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. For more information, visit bit.ly/dbdisclose. To have your product or brand showcased on Dragon Blogger, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct. Thank you for watching.